Kamala's using a teleprompter.
And sadly, we have seen over
So
the
they
last
just shut
2
it off
weeks
right now.
Since Hurricane
Kill
Helene,
it, turn it off. And why'd they panic shut that off right there at the very end? Former president of Univision also said, it's not true. They're going to deny it, obviously. They're not going to come out and say, yeah, we put her notes up there on the teleprompter. Text is right there. Boom. Bad camera angle. Kamala scandal underway. She was there for a town hall with Univision. And as we see, there appear to be a couple of teleprompters for this very unscripted event where she's talking to people without a script. And what we'll notice here is text on the screen. And if you've ever done public speaking or seen anybody do any public speaking, you know that there's often some sort of control up front at the front of the stage where they have notes. There's a clock ticking. We're going to cut to commercial. You've got 5 seconds. It's Q&A, right? There's a timer. You can see it. If you have slides or something, you have your slide notes up there. And we're asking ourselves, what is this? What's going on right here? What's happening? Is she reading from a teleprompter? Is she getting her cliff notes thrown up on the screen for her with bullet points? And they're saying, obviously, no, I can't read this. I don't know if anybody can read it. Is it in Spanish? What's happening there? Is that in Spanish? I can't see it. Now, Forbes is reporting that this is just a bunch of right-wingers who are turning this into much ado about nothing. Hat tip over to Cliff Norman, who shared this story with us, and says, yeah, here's their take on it. Says, this is misinformation, because Forbes said so, and because Lindsay Chu wrote it. She's a reporter. So let's see what they're talking about. They call it right-wingers. I wonder who those are accusing her falsely of using a teleprompter at an event. Let's see what they say. A video clip is now spreading around. A number of Republicans and right-wingers, including Sean Hannity, reposted a clip. Oh, he deleted it, saying Kamala's using a teleprompter. Benny Johnson is also reposting this. Univision, he said, accidentally posted about it. Now, the claim was debunked by who? The moderator, Enrique Acevedo, who is the guy who says, no, that's not true at all. Okay, the prompter displayed my introduction in Spanish, and then it switched to a timer, okay, saying any claim to the contrary is simply untrue. And so let's see, can we read it? Can we see it?
Victim of crime. Are you a Republican? Are you a Democrat? The only question I ever ask is, are you okay? And sadly, we have seen over the last 2 weeks. So they just shut it off right now. Since Hurricane Helene.
Kill it, turn it off, right? And I don't think you could see what that was, but it doesn't seem like he just gave an intro. It sounds like this guy also was standing up and asking a question. So was that Spanish? And why'd they panic shut that off right there at the very end? So you would think about, right, if he just got up there and gave a speech, he did his opening in Spanish, and then this guy's now asking a question, wouldn't they have shut that off a long time ago? Why did they shut that off when the camera had it in focus? And the people who are there, right, they can't see that there's a teleprompter. They can't really see what that is. They just think it's a camera because it looks like a cameraman, right, from the side. You see that right there? It's got that big shadow box that is there. So what does it say? Do we have an HD version of that? Is it in Spanish? Maybe it is. I don't know. But here is what Forbes is saying the former president of Univision also said, it's not true. But Republicans and others are accusing her of this, accuses Harris of using a teleprompter in a forum with Oprah Winfrey as well. But they said that no, there was no teleprompter there. So the story just continues on and on and on. They're going to deny it, obviously. They're not going to come out and say, yeah, we put her notes up there on the teleprompter. So they deny it, and other people are responding to it. Now, Viva, our friend Viva, over there in Florida, says, look, I'm not calling you a liar, Enrique. Just trying to follow your explanation, right? If it switched to a timer after the intro, then why wouldn't we see a timer there, right? Another good point. Did they put a clock up on the screen? I don't think so. Here's another angle, right? It's gone. They turned it off in the middle of a question. So I don't know what's going on. Here's someone else saying, all right, the last refuge says, okay, I've looked at the entire broadcast. Yes, there is a teleprompter script running at specific segments of the event, but no, not all the time. Now, the screen system shows a clock during questions that are general and easy to ad lib, right? Emotional responses, feeling responses, etc. However, when the responses require specifics and citations or a more policy-focused approach, the screen turns to a script that she can read. Now, the camera moves around. Kamala is timed. When it moves around, it's mostly showing the clock. However, as noted, there are a few moments when the script is visible. So here's the video where you can watch the transitions. And if you're over here, you can see, right? And the argument might be, well, maybe these are just some notes they're trying to communicate to her. So that looks like that is a maybe a timer, like a red timer that's going through. And then this guy, you know, there's multiple questions that are asked. They keep the camera off that. All right, so here's another one. So is anything on that right there? Looks like that might be off right there. There's plausibility that there's nothing there. There's nothing there right there, it looks like. Although if it's a black background with white text over the top of it, right, you wouldn't be able to really see that all that much. Okay, so there's a clock, right? You see the clock is there. And at the very beginning, so that was the first question after the intro, presumably. Hard to tell if there's anything on there right there. It's at the very start. Still scrubbing through it. Let's see. Anything on there? Hard to tell. If you're looking at that monitor, really hard to tell there. So, all right. So I wouldn't be surprised if there was notes there for her, was scripting there for her. Somebody, oh, see, there is something there now, right? What is that? So there wasn't, well, we couldn't actually even really see anything, but that's what we're talking about right there. So where did that come from? See that? That's the text. And it's down there at the bottom too. You can see it at the bottom. Text is still there. Text is right there. Boom. Uh-oh, bad camera angle. Then it's deleted. Gone. So, and you can't see what that is. Is that Spanish? I'm sure somebody has a higher resolution photograph of that. Maybe it is in Spanish. But, you know, it's hard to believe that that was his intro because they should have taken that off because then she gave her intro and then this guy's asking questions. So, yes, forgive me if we don't take their word for it, right? No, there's nothing going on there. Forgive me, right, if I don't take their word for it. So, either way, I could see it going either way, but that is the scandal that is happening out there this morning.